X, and I do this from the heart, from the soul, from the streets. So if you think I'm here to play around with you, you should leave now. If you decide to stay, that means you'll allow me in your energy, as is my intent, to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. So let's get started because you know we dominate these time constraints. Let's do a little quick daily check-in. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path of the greatest good. Just as a reminder, my intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. So if I'm saying something that helps y'all, double tap that screen and share the live. 629 angel number. You know, a 6 and a 9 carries very similar energies. So what's coming out? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. 6-9. Kind of, I was just talking about the mirroring energy. Mirror. Facing yourself and others. Reflective relationships, self-awareness. What you see is you. The external world is only a reflection of the internal world. Sometimes it's like you're trying to change something. On Alice in Wonderland, the queen said, "Who is painting my white roses red?" Right? Because she liked red roses, but for whatever reason they grew white roses, and they knew she was gonna get upset, right? And it's that type of energy where you're trying to change something, like you're trying to change it from the outside, right? The reason why the roses were white was the seeds that the trees were planted in were right. There's nothing you can do to make those white roses red except grow red roses. It feels like you're trying to change something from the outside. You want to change it from the outside. You want to change them, or you want to change that, or you want this to be different, but you got to change you. That's what's on this board. To have this effect that you want to have, 630 angel number, in this external world, the thing that needs to be changed is the self. Because the external world is only mirroring, it's only an external reflection of what's happening inside of you. That's what I'm tapped into on red. So that's why the more and more and more that you try to, push to change something outside of you, it feels like the more it stays the same and maybe even regresses into a like infantile or elementary form of itself, right? Like it's getting worse. It ain't even getting better. It's getting worse because you're trying to change it from the outside. You got to change it from the inside. You have to change the molecular structure. If something in the external world is bothering you, you don't go over there and fuck with them people. You say, damn, what the fuck am I doing here? Let me get my ass on. It's this type of energy. And when you change what's going on inside of you, the external world will naturally, match. It will naturally mirror your internal frequency. This is what I'm tapped into. You be getting deja vu a lot. That card been coming out a lot. You get deja vu a lot because your spirit team be trying to warn you. Your spirit team wants you to pay attention to your dreams. But even in like the moments when you go off into thoughts, it's like daydreaming. It's like a deep and meditative thought. You don't necessarily have to be asleep, but you're definitely getting messages in these deep and meditative spaces that I feel like you ignore until, it happens. And then you be like, damn, I had deja vu. Or you be like, oh, I do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like after the fact, you recognize and realize the spiritual contact that you have. This is what I'm tapped into. And I really, 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 really feel like your spirit team is saying, don't even be over there. You wouldn't have a problem. That wouldn't be getting on your nerves if you wouldn't over them. You wouldn't want them to shut up if you couldn't hear them talk. It's this type of energy. If you blocked them out your phone, they couldn't call you. It's this type of energy to where you're trying to change them. And that's not thoughtful. The most powerful effect that you can have in this circumstance is to change you. That's what I'm tapped into. To introduce yourself, to see things differently. To introduce yourself to something new. To see things differently within yourself, the external world will naturally fold and unfold and change. Shadow work. I'm telling you, bro, you trying to change the external world. You're trying to change the flower after it's already been bloomed. You got to start with the seed. That's what's on this board. And when you start with the seed, when you say, what do I need? How did I put myself in this predicament? Not giving nobody else your power. How did you put yourself in this predicament? Then you're going to see different results. This is what I'm tapped into. Hell yeah, side hustle and hustle mode. Because you're trying to change something from the outside in, but it's when you focus inside that you can change what's happening on the out. This is what I'm tapped into. 6969 angel number, okay? 633 angel number soul contracts. Until then, based on the actions, your actions are saying that you're coming into agreement with something. And as long as you come into agreement with this shit, you bound to it. This is what I'm tapped into. Different actions consistently is what's going to set you free. That's what's going to release you. I am so grateful for you tapping in, tuning in, and turning up. I appreciate your time. Time is a very precious resource, something that you don't easily get back. So every moment that we exchange with one another, I want you to know that I appreciate you. I hope I'm saying something that helps. See, I don't know if I can use this message. Maybe we'll use it later after the collective spreads. I'm just gonna do a little quick check in today. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for my divine collective in regards to this daily check-in? Girl, when I tell you, like, as much negativity that's being sent toward this collective, because this selenite is always gonna let a nigga know, right? Okay. Right? As much negativity is being sent towards this collective, like you guys are just transmuting it. Right? 3434734 number might be significant. You might see it a lot. 3 plus 4 is 7, but shining, 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 yeah. All of this winning. It just feels like because you're focused. You know how people say the Bible is basic instructions before leaving Earth, and it doesn't have to be the Bible, but there's you doing spiritual study. You really taking the time to get to know divine, okay? And when you take the time to get to know divine, there's all of these, promises that come from God. There are these, like if you read the book of Proverbs, there are these wisdom that you can get from there, right? So I feel like you're going to God to get wisdom. That's what I feel like this card is. Because you're going to God to get wisdom, you can easily identify these rats. They fall in. It's like they fall in line, or they fall in. They fit a certain category. Because you studying and because you tapping into God, it's easy for you to see that these people are fools. If you've ever read the book of Proverbs say a fool does this and a fool did that and a fool did that. If you've never read the book of Proverbs, you might think some of the things that the Bible says is a fool is normal. You might say, oh, well, that person just got a little angry. The Bible says if you get angry, you're a fool, right? It's this type of energy. So you've been tapping in and tuning in and talking to spirit. And because you've been talking to spirit, it's so easy for you to identify these rats. This is what I'm tapped into. And you be keeping them back. Look you up. They got to look you up. They don't have no access to you. They not getting close to you. They not in your house. Rat traps. There's too many rat traps set up in your house in order for this person to get access to you. Divination abuser. This card been coming up a lot more frequently than it had been prior, and dodging bullets. You might be second guessing a decision that you made recently in regards to setting boundaries with some like cheese hungry person. 636 angel number. You made a good decision. Don't go back to it. Same shit, different days. Nothing has changed. This person is not different. They not doing anything differently. They might be better at hiding their readiness. Thief. Clout hungry. A clout hungry thief trying to cast shade on your shine. And you've been using divination and other scrying tools to gain access to your energy. Give me some more information. What's the tea? It's a fucking groupie. An ain't shit groupie that you picked up on in the beginning wasn't shit. Continue shining. Whatever you're doing, people say you distracted, you focused. It's different. Too busy winning. You used to be able to get this person attention, or maybe used to respond to their calls, or maybe used to call them a lot, or whatever it is like that. So they feel like something else got your attention. No. You just focus. Champion energy has been showing up a lot for the collective, especially this week. Where like champion, like I don't know how to describe it. Champion, like I'm an athlete, like I'm going for the goal, pushing myself to the limits, right? David Goggins, right? Like, how can I get better? How can I beat my time yesterday? It's like the athlete, that champion frequency is what's showing up a lot for the collective. What do they need to know most to walk the highest path for the greatest good? Let's see. Let's see what's being hidden from you at this time. Shining, 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 yeah. All of this winning. I've been losing my mind. As a reminder, my intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If I'm saying something that helps, kick to the curb. Energetically, it felt like somebody's like, one of the most permeating messages that has been coming through for the collective this week is that somebody it's like they quit. It's like they kick to the curb, right? It's like they showing me in my mind's eye like somebody who's working on a science project. I don't know, some type of chemistry project or whatever it is. They showing me in my mind and they throw it out. I quit. It's not working. I can't get, Honey, I Shrunk the Kid, right? I can't get this fucking laser to shrink nothing. It's not working. I quit. It's not working, right? My research is for nothing. It's like somebody's quitting. Betrayal energy is out here. It's not working. Well, it was working originally. Betraying you, having this wool pull over your eyes, being like getting you to invest in a relationship, but it's very much so one sided. You invested in a relationship, but there's no reciprocation, and it worked for a long time. But it's like you're awakening. What was supposed to be depleting you, or it reminds me of the Hulk. They showing me a lot of science shit. What was supposed to be depleting you made you stronger. Remember how the Hulk went into that gamma ray or whatever the fuck he got radiation? Just like on Spider-Man, he got bit by that spider. Normal people, the spider would have made him, would have the poison, the venom would have made them sick. They had to go to the hospital, whatever it is, like that. The gamma radiation would have infected them. They would have had all kind of, mutant abilities or whatever it is, like that. But for the Hulk, right, it made him very, very strong. It made him, in his anger, he became unsurmountable, right? Same way for Spider-Man. Instead of it making him sick, it gave him these supernatural abilities, and this is what happened. This betrayal, and it's been consistent. 639 Angel Number been going on like it since the pandemic. This betrayal it was working for somebody for a long time, but they kicked that idea to the curb because you awakened. Whatever toxicity that they were pumping into the air around you, it didn't make you sick and kill you and take you out. It made you a mutant. It gave you a special type of abilities for this type of environment. Police station energies out here with red lipstick stains. You had to overcome anger. You had to overcome a temperament. You had to overcome yourself, is what it feels like to me energetically. Because you had all of this programming, that the ways that you were programming yourself in the ways like you will respond. You know how if you put code into, like you code in a computer or a computer game, you say if somebody press this, the character does that. If somebody press this, the character does that. You were programming yourself to respond and react by what you was telling yourself, what you was rehearsing in your mind. You was programming yourself to respond and react in a way that was according to this coding, like according to what they wanted for you, that was always going to land you in a precarious position. You understand what I'm saying? But then when you started to recognize that you was getting played, I don't know, you might like games, right? Like, or you like to solve puzzles, or you like the idea of coming to understand new things. So like in the beginning, you like to play a game when you learn how to play it. You might not like to play a lot of games, but you might like learning how to play games, right? Maybe you don't play them after you learn how to play them, but you like knowing how to play all the different games and this type of energy. So once you realize it was a game that was being played, it's what is it called? Game theory. I've been seeing a lot about it on my YouTube where, you started playing the game. You say, okay, it's a game that we playing. So that means there's a point system. That means that there's a way you can win and a way that you can lose. Expecting energy is out here. Nobody was ever expecting you to catch on to the fact that there was a game being played, but you caught on to the fact that there was a game being played, and then you started to win. So they throwing their shit to the curb. They ready to put shit out. They ready to say, oh no, I'm telling you, new beginnings. Say, oh no, bitch, I'm used to you not knowing how this shit functions. I'm used to you not knowing anything about it. Keeping a promise will check yourself. There's this other element to you, what you were rehearsing in your mind, right? Like, because you might have been rehearsing, I'll punch a bitch in their face, and I'll kick them in, and I'll shoot them, or whatever it was, right? You was rehearsing all of this shit that was putting you in precarious positions, but there was also this undertone of I'll never give up. Right? Like you might have been saying the wrong things, but the spirit behind what you was programming in yourself was, I never give up. No matter what situations and circumstances I face, all I need is a fighting chance. And if ever I get a fighting chance, if ever I get a chance, God, I'm gonna take that chance. And it was like, even though you might have been saying the wrong things in regards to your programming, the frequency behind that was, never give up. And that's what got you to this point. Depression energies out here. I feel like the overarching message from this spread is sometimes you think you tripping. 642 Angel Number. Sometimes you wonder if you should second guess yourself. Sometimes you wonder if you're being too hard, but no, get it now. And even that's hard for you to understand. What's at the bottom of the deck? Toxic. Yeah. Toxic. Oh, this is a game we're playing. Like Dungeons and Dragons, or any game you play where they have potions and they have weapons, and the weapons have a certain amount of skill, and you have to be a blacksmith or whatever it is, like that, right? Like the more you understand the game, the more difficult it is for this person to beat you. When you were just starting out playing, you didn't even know it was a game. You was really caught up into it. Now you understand that it's a game. They can't beat you. It is what it is. It's not what people want it to be. And as soon as motherfuckers understand that it is what it is, it's not what they want them to be, usually they run. They can't handle that type of heat. I am just a vessel, family. Grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. Thankful to you. This is my pleasure. Let me see what the emotions are looking like over the next 24 hours. Y'all, we halfway there. I mean, we made it. We already there, so just keep going. Feeling like shit, mm, fucked up over you, and reckless love. You must be looking good out there in the people's street. You must be looking good over there on the internet streets. You go that mirroring card again. The external world is the reflection of the internal world. I think somebody thought that they can gaslight you or love bomb you. There's this energy that I'm tapped into of somebody trying to affect your psyche. You get what I'm saying? Be a catalyst for certain behaviors. If I say this, you'll say that. If I do this, that will be your response. This person is feeling like shit. Really, really feeling like shit, fucked up over you because they were reckless with something really, really good. Divine feminine energy is out here with mirroring. It's almost like you wouldn't take on their frequency. That's how it feels to me. Like they were doing all of this dumb ass shit, not realizing and recognizing that they had a gift from God in their hand, and they played themselves out of it, and they thought that you was gonna mirror their behavior. They thought that you mirroring their behavior would give them, an excuse or a way back in. You didn't. You just kept saying, "Here, do you want something from God?" With your energy, with your love. "Here, do you want something from God?" And they were very, very reckless with it. This person feels like shit. Somebody feels fucked up over you, fed up. In love, right? Because they've lost this connection with you, relationship or friendship, but in other areas of their life too. Because this person is like fucking up all around the board, right? They might be struggling at work or struggling in their career. It's difficult for them to find a career. They could be struggling with their family, having issues at home with where they live or with their roommates and you. So now this person is fed up. They got some this is chastening that comes from the hand of God. Somebody is going through chastening that comes. I'm talking about bad news. I'm talking about bad news, bro. God is trying to show them. Like they pray. This is a person who's connected to God. They pray, and then God answers their jackass psycho who keeps going in cycle. They pray, God answers their prayers, sends them exactly what they need, and they step all over it. This is what I'm tapped into. Heartbreak, ashamed energy is out here with wish. Um, for some of you, this was like your betrothed, right? Like spiritually, this would have been somebody that you could have had a life with. But your wishes are still coming true. You may find that you start attracting new people in your life. I'm talking to somebody who you kind of had a circle of friends or a group of people that you've known for quite a long time, right? Not really meeting a lot of new people, especially making close connections with a lot of new people. This is a message about your wishes coming true. But this is going to be a new friend. And that might be something, 646 angel number, that's not usual for you. You might find that you're a healer. And so when you meet people, you tend to meet people who need that healing energy. And so that's kind of been why God has been allowing you to be replenished, be restored. They said restoration. Does that make sense? And so now this is going to be somebody new coming into your energy that really doesn't need to be healed by you. And that's going to feel different and be new. And are you open to it? That's what this feels like. Because you've been dealing with this for so long, you could reject it. That's what this feels like to me. I see your divine feminine energy, and I see somebody coming into your energy that can appreciate, that can reciprocate that divine feminine energy. Shining, 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 yeah. There's a lot of energy being sent toward the collective, sorcery being done to torment you. They want you in your head. They want you second guessing. They want you procrastinating and lollygagging. When you feel that energy, smile, chuckle a little bit. Demons hate when you laugh in their face. When you feel that energy that's God causing you to second guess and saying, just lay here, don't do nothing, call in, don't go. I need you to fight it. It's going to take your willpower. That's when you're gonna have to get into your physical body and say, I'm telling my mind is telling my physical body to do something that my physical body isn't ready to do. Conscious ruling the subconscious, right? Because there's a lot of attacks on your subconscious at this time. They're watching you. I don't think they feel like they win it. I really, really feel like they on the edge of their seat. They showing me a sports team that it's down to the last minute, and it could go. The game can still go to anyone. Anybody can still win. It's tied, and the shot clock is going down. And so you really, really, really need to pay attention to all of these thoughts that do not originate within you. You know what you planned. You know what I'm saying? You know what's in alignment. You should know. If you don't know, then you need to make a plan. But if you have a plan, then you know if something is in alignment with your divine assignment. You know if it's taking you closer to where you need to be, closer to what you're trying to manifest, or farther away from it, right? So pay attention to the thoughts and act on the ones that get you closer. Do you understand what I'm saying? Your brain is like a receiver. It's looking for signals, just like a Wi-Fi. And sometimes it picks up on signals that are not yours, right? It's like if you go on your list of Wi-Fi on your phone right now, you pull that drop down box, it's gonna show you a lot of Wi-Fis. You only looking for yours, right? This is what I'm tapped into. I love a challenge. I like the energy because it lets me know that these witches know that you are moving into a new level and they losing their grip on you. So I like it. That's why you got to smile when you sense it. When you feel it in your energy, this thought or this notion to move in a way that takes you farther away, you fight it and you smile and you go in the other direction. That's what I mean by they're showing their hand. They're showing you exactly where they expect you to move in a different direction and the direction they expect you to move in. And when you can counter that, like basketball, crossover. What is that? What's called when they go like this? What is it? When you playing basketball, you go around, motherfucker, cross over, right? When you can cross over these moves or these tactics, that's when you get to dunk. That's what this feels like to me. Shining, 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 yeah. All of this winning, a lot of mental magic meant to cause you to be insecure. It's a lot of mental magic being said that's meant to cause you to second guess or question what you're creating. I don't think you should question what you're creating. The reason why you shouldn't question what you're creating is just look at all the people who copy it. You get what I'm saying? Subtly, in the most nondescript way, they copy you. They pick up on the little things you do and they put it back out in the universe because nothing's originating within them. They're not connected to source. And so that should let you know that you're going in the right direction. That's how you know. You know, because as much as they claim not to like you, they stay copying you. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Y'all double check that screen and share the live so we can share the love. Let's do the elements. Because, listen, that's how I feel today. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides. That what you see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is the most important message for my fire signs? What do you need to know most? Be careful of compulsive and impulsive actions. The Knight of Wands was the card that I just put back in the deck. Conflict energy. You know what I mean? It's showing a bull, the color red. You the bull, and your karmics think that they have a red flag that they can wave in front of you, put a steering wheel in your back and drive you dead into the wall. Be aware. I feel like you're gonna, Lover's card energy is out here. I was just about to say that, real love. You're gonna be aware of the provoking. Like, you're gonna be aware that they're provoking you. Real love energy is out here with the Lover's card. It just makes me feel like there's something you're doing in your life at this time, or something or someone that you're doing at this time that you really want to see successful. You really want to buy this house. You really want to get this promotion. You got a real love. Your consciousness or your heart is focused on something. And so when you recognize these people provoking you, understand what they're trying to take away. Likely that's the first thing that comes to your mind. Like for me, my children, it's just me and my children. I always think, man, if something goes left, what's going to happen to my children? I always think that because they don't have anybody else but me. So I have to think that. And it's this type of proactive thought that's going to protect you. Ace of Swords. At this time, the veil is being lifted. One thing I know about God, baby, and I can promise you this, is God for every temptation. You heard me? Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, for every temptation, God is going to provide you a way out. Now, for this temptation, you will be provided a way out. But it does feel like it's one of the times when you have to say, you have to think about the other things you have on your plate. You have to think about the other things you have in line before you think about, showing somebody your bravado. That shit been coming up a lot today. The need to, show ego, or, like birds be doing, they puff out their feathers on their chest or whatever to make themselves look bigger. Fuck all of that. You got shit on your plate. It's hoes that's not eating that's trying to make themselves look bigger. Do you understand what I'm saying? When you think somebody puffing out how a peacock makes his tail fans look bigger to make himself seem bigger, those people that's not really eating. You don't have no reason to make yourself look bigger when you know you got a whole full plate. This is what I'm tapped into. Seven of Pentacles energy is out here, and you got a garden in the back with some more food growing. You ain't no need to make yourself look bigger. It is what it is. But these motherfuckers expect you to get into an eco trip so they can take you way away from where you was originally going. You got shit on your plate. King of Pentacles, I just work here. You got shit on your plate. It ain't no need to try to feel or act or project or puff yourself out like you bigger than that. Because it's somebody that's trying to provoke you. Like I said, a bull with the red flag. Because I'm going to try to get you to run dead into this wall. That's what this feels like. Earth Angel. Earth Angel trying to get you to run dead into a wall. But I told you, for every temptation, even when you're tempted to operate an ego, God is going to provide you a way out. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, heavy on over. Sometimes today, somebody trying to just get you to operate an ego, get you to show your balls. It's like the energy of you at a stoplight and a car pulls up next to you and they rev their engine as if they want to race. You don't have to prove to them that your car is faster than theirs, because God forbid you hit the gas and for whatever reason you lose control of your vehicle. Right? That's what I'm tapped into, and that's what their plan is: get you to hit the gas so you can lose control of your vehicle. Okay, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Let's go. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we should see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo? What does Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo need to know most to walk the highest path out here for the greatest good? Angels. Lord have mercy. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that we should see us walk the highest path out here for the greatest good. Page of Wands energy is out here. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Page of Wands is playful. They're stepping outside of their comfort zone. Gifts. Taffy. It reminds me of Taffy. Girl, shake that laffy taffy. That laffy taffy. It reminds me of Taffy because God is stretching you. You know, you're going to have to go outside of your comfort zone. The Sun card and sunflowers, Oshun energy, showing up significantly for you, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, has been, at least for the past 2 days, right? Five of Swords energy is out here with the Page of Wands and the gifts. It's like the subject telling the programmer what it's capable of. Does that make sense? It's like you trying to tell God what you can and cannot do. And God already knows what they've embedded inside of you. And the Most High is putting you in situations and circumstances to stretch you beyond your current limits because they already know. You know, it's like they're showing me phones. They're showing me iPhone and Samsung. You know, like how your Samsung might already have a feature that iPhone is just starting to develop or advertise. Is this type of energy. Like you already got the feature. The feature was already in your original programming. It's just you learning how to use it. That's what I'm tapped into. And I also feel like Five of Swords energy is like, you might be talking to God like, God, why are you allowing this to happen? Why am I going through this at this time? Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. You might be talking to God like, what the fuck, nigga? You know, I don't know if you talk to God like that, but sometimes I do. The world card energy is out here, and God is like, bro, this is all necessary. And God is like, bro, I'm finna level you up. Like, all of this shit got to go. You know what I mean? Imagine coming in your house and all your furniture gone. Just your whole living room, just gone, bitch. You say, oh my God. The next thing you know, movers come. And movers come and they bringing you a whole brand new living room set because your partner decided that you needed to upgrade, right? And when you first saw that living room set was gone, you say, bitch. But when you saw that new one coming, you was like, ooh, it's this type of energy. God has a new one coming for you. Opposite energy is out here with concern, but it just feels like you holding on. The only thing you're worried about is like, you know how they say when you're growing your dreads, trust the process. You know how they say when you're growing your dreads, they say trust the process. And you'll be like, but look at them. Shit, I don't know. Yeah, that one's sticking up over there, and that one's hanging out over there. I don't know if maybe this ain't gonna work or whatever. It's like that. That's how this feels to me. Like your spirit team is like, trust the process, and you like, you know, cooking chitlins. Trust the process. That shit stank. I don't think it's what's in there? No, it must be spoiled. It must be spoiled. It ain't no way. This it. This how it. That's what's on this board. Page of Wands energy is out here. Family looking at rainbows. God is taking you out of your comfort zone. A lot of y'all about to meet somebody new. Like literally, maybe you know them from a past life or there's a soul connection, but it's somebody new. And you don't do new. You don't do new. You like the same old routine and this type of shit. Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo, but you're about to meet somebody new. And God is stretching you. And you need to learn how to trust the process. That's what I'm tapped into. Husband, wife, or a long-time partner, a lifetime friend, a supporter, somebody who really got your back. King of Pentacles. Benefactor could be another word for this energy. Yeah, you're about to meet a benefactor. The veil is being lifted. This is somebody completely new, and it's gonna feel all tangly and feel all tangly. It's gonna feel like something that you ain't used to. Expectation energy. There's a lot about you kind of like there's this talking between you and the divine, like, what the fuck is going on, God? Right? Like that's really how it feels to me. Why are you letting this happen? And this is like remodeling, right? When you remodel your house, you might knock down the wall. The men in there knocking around, you can't really use your kitchen. All of your stuff is in storage because you don't want to get dust and stuff on it, right? You going through this reconstruction, right? You remodeling something. And your spirit team is like, trust the process. That's what this feels like. 333 angel number. Look. 3 on this card. 3. And things are gonna be exceedingly and abundantly above. If you know the world card 2 is 2-1. Things are gonna be exceedingly and abundantly above what you expect to think. But right now it's just your little lock stage where you got them little thinker lines on. You lock me like this. You're like, God, so really, God, this how you playing. And God be like, just keep going. I'm telling you, they're gonna be bumps. Like, oh no, Lord, I think I'm gonna have to give me a wig. And then the next thing you know, the thing on your back. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Let me know how that resonates for you. Okay, so we did Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Let's go Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Bro, I'm so sick of that deck falling. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Look, expectation energies out here with voodoo. Girl, they've been doing magic on you. I've been tapped into this energy a lot, bro. And they mad. You want to argue. I can't argue with you. You mad. Girl, they is really, really mad. It's a warlock and a witch out there that's on the edge of their seat. Every time you post, when I tell you every night, bitch, every night they doing magic. That's probably why you stand up to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning every night, because that's when the witching hour is, right? You know what I'm saying? Your spirit team saying getting up and praying. You might just be sitting there listening to your affirmations or doing your research and your study, baby. There's a lot of expectation around you because it's a lot of motherfuckers that's not even the damn card deck I was using, right? It's this motherfucker that's like, how is this person getting closer and closer to the finish line? Like literally, bro, they pulled out all the stops and literally have done everything that they can to try to keep you from getting to what they feel like is a finish line, what they feel like is a goal post. Because once you get to this goal post, well, it's already no stopping you, right? But it's like once you get to this goal post, the idea that they can usurp something that God has for you is, is like done, you know. So let's go, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Let's see what the most important message is for you. At this time, what do you need to know most to walk your highest path for your greatest good? Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides, high priestess, right? Oh, they pulled out all the stops. This is a warlock. This is somebody who's trying to take something like your spiritual gifts, talents, and abilities. I also feel like we've been talking a lot this week about your confidence, the way you show up. Look, right? Like this lady to me just reminds me of that person who you went to high school with that was just, very, very attractive and down to earth, relatable, just cool, usually cool with a lot of people, even if they were popular or, successful in high school, they still was cool with all people. I'm talking about from the thugs, from the hood kids, all the way up to the SGA. They just kind of was very, very relatable. High priestess, this person, they want to affect your confidence and they want to affect the way you show up. You know what I mean? Your aura. This is, they want to be able to infiltrate your aura, to siphon your energy, lower, dim your light, and then take the energy, right, that they get from your light and like let it be a part of their projection. Does that make sense? They want to take your shit. They want you to be, insecure about what you're doing. So they can copy what you do more confidently. At one point in time, you was insecure about what you was doing. You would always go to people. What do you think? What do you think about this? What do you think about that? This is that person. This is that person who used to go to and say, well, what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? And they likely would say, oh, no, don't do that. Or you need to study more. Or they would tell you all of the they would do all of the things to keep you out of doing this thing. And then they would take that idea or do something like it. Later on, bring it back to you and regurgitate it to you as if they didn't get that information from you. That's who this is that's doing all of this magic on you. That just needs you to not believe in yourself, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. They need you not to believe in yourself. Because that's the only way, like I said, they're trying to get into your aura. They want you to infiltrate your aura. A lot of times, what people will do to put holes in your aura to make it easier to access you, right? Like just like if you had holes at the bottom of your house, you would get a lot of rats or roaches or something in your house, right? They try to put holes in your aura. They might always try to get you drunk. They might always try to get you high. Maybe they always try to get you beside yourself. Maybe they always try to get you angry. Every time they come around, they want you arguing. Every time you come around, they want you sad. They want these hormones coursing through your veins so that you're unable to operate in this the splashy water you can't see your reflection in. Only in still water can you see your reflection. So they're trying to disturb your waters. Look at this 7 of Wands energy, and I'm talking about the aura around you so that you're not able to really tap in and tune into the divine. So that you come into them, right? Like you used to. What you think about this? What you think about this? What you think about this? The only thing you need to be asking, only person you need to be asking, Empress, what they think about what you're doing and what you building divine feminine been showing up so consistently. What you doing is God. That's what I'm tapped into. 9 is always energies out here. I'm telling you now, they want you all discombobulated in your head. 7979 angel number. It's probably something that you've been seeing a lot. King of Cups energy is out here in reverse. Then this is the type of person who they provoke you, but they don't provoke you. 99 angel number, 369 angel number. They don't provoke you in a way that's like other people can see what they're doing. It's like an inside provoke. You heard of an inside joke? This is an inside provoke. They not provoking you in a way because when you go tell other people, well, he put his sock on my dresser. It sounds crazy, like, okay, you could have just moved the sock. You didn't have to sock them in their mouth, right? But it's an ongoing conversation about this problem and why it bothers you. And so even though it sounds on the surface level like it's not that big of a deal, because it's ongoing, it actually bothers you. It's this type of energy, right? It's other people would think you was crazy when you said what this person did to trigger you. But it's an inside provoking. This is what I'm tapped into. I'm talking about they want you to have holes in your aura. This is what so that you are able to connect to the divine so that they can control you like they've done in the past. This is what I'm tapped into. Queen of Swords, power of the mind is not a joke. Queen of Swords, High Priestess, Empress, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, show up in your reading then. 4 of Cups with the King of Cups, that's 5 of Cups. So whenever they offer you the bait, let's get drunk. Oh, let's go smoke. Oh, I'm going to tell you something about this thing that's going to make you sad. I'm going to tell you something that's going to make you fearful. I'm going to tell you something that's going to make you angry. Recognize and realize they plot and they ploy and don't give them permission to access your energy. That's going to be your most powerful path forward. And I think a lot of times you give people the benefit of the doubt. Oh, they didn't mean to. Oh, they 717 angel number. They didn't mean to. They didn't know what they was doing. They knew exactly what the fuck they was doing. They knew exactly what the fuck they was doing. Don't you know what you're doing? You might say, I hope you don't take this the wrong way. Why you say that before you make a statement? You say, I hope you don't take this the wrong way because you know that if you don't make that statement, they could take it the wrong way. So why you think these people don't know what they're doing? Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something else. Say, I hope you don't take this the wrong way, but I just want to tell you, okay? And people say, oh, thank you. Why? Because they knew you was coming from a kind place. But if you just say, hey, they take the wrong way, don't they? This motherfucker know what they doing. They know what they doing. Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, they need you to lack confidence. They want you to disconnect from the divine. They want you going back to them for validation and vindication, and you never needed that shit. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps y'all. Double tap that screen and share the live so you can share this love. Save the best for last, face ass. We did Capricorn towards a Virgo. We did Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. We did Libra, Aquarius, Gemini. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces over the next 24 hours. What do you need to know most? What do you need to know most to walk your highest path for your greatest good? Also, be careful of Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, them holes in the aura. Look, 9 of Swords right there. Whatever they giving you, whatever substances they offer you, motherfuckers be putting shit in your food. People be putting shit in your food. Don't eat from everybody. Talk to somebody from experience. I love a chef. Oh, I love a nigga that cook. That's my favorite thing. Bitch, people be putting shit in your fucking food. Don't trust these. Never mind. 7 of Cups energy is out here. 7 of Cups, drinking. Inebriation is also has something to do with consumption. Nice guy. 7 angel number been showing up a lot. 106. That's 6 plus 1 is 7. 777 angel number. Oh, look at the number on the card. 6777 angel number. 707 here. 77 here. There's a lot about awareness. Like in your spirit, you can sense something. Like you can sense the facade. If it's Halloween and all of the kids are outside, you know when somebody wearing a mask. In Hollywood, when them people be, two and three people, and they have on their mask and they pretending to be like somebody else, you see the mask, don't you? You say something don't look right about this person's face. Huh. Say, I know what a real person face look like. I'm fucking 40 years old. You see Ari? Ain't that girl named Ari? Bitch, I know what a mask look like. It look like you got Miss Doubtfire on your face. It's this type of energy. You can see that somebody wearing a fucking mask. That's what's on this board. You have the, I was about to say 717 angel number. 7 is about enlightenment. You have the enlightenment and the awareness to be able to know something without there being physical evidence. Your extrasensory perception. This person coming into your astral field or your aura, you can sense their true intentions. But I feel like it's the way it feels to me. This person, they neat and clean in appearance. They may speak well or whatever it is like that. Make me feel like you're thinking of giving somebody the benefit of the doubt. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. When you give somebody the benefit of the doubt, they get all the benefits and you get all the doubt. And that's what you need to know. Social media energy is out here. And it only takes, I'm telling you, I love you so much. It only takes the slightest little bit. You got the world in your hand. I mean, you got the power of the God in your hand, right? All you got to do is tap that shit in. Let me see what this person show up like. What does their digital footprint look like? And you'll be able to see things that they didn't even know you was able to see. You'll see the people in their life, 969 angel number. I also see 979 angel number. You'll see the people in their life or the attachments that they have in their life that they trying to, hide from you. Love offer energy is out here with thief. Get you caught up or connected to something before you recognize and realize what it's connected to. That shit on your lip got some shit on its lip. That's what's on this board. Intuitive care of energy is out here. Trust your intuition. The number 771 showing up significantly, 79 showing up significantly, and I don't care what it looked like on the outside. You need to trust your intuition. You need to trust what spirit is showing you from within. This is what I'm tapping into. It's your astral field. You have a etheric body, you have an emotional body and a mental body that goes farther than your physical body. So when that's how you can tell when somebody looking at you, even though you're not looking at them. You feel it. Say, Sam, somebody look at me. You might look up and look around and see somebody hurry up and look away because they was fucking looking at you. And it's this type of energy. Just like you can sense that, you can sense no matter how good it smells or no matter how sweet it tastes, you can sense when something ain't good for you. And you know what you got to have power within yourself to say? No. You got to look at your life. You got to look at what you got going on. You got to look at what you stand to lose and say, do I want to take the risk of losing everything that brings my life so much pleasure for this so-called opportunity? Especially when you can sense the motherfucking fly in the milk. It's a fly in this milk, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And you know what? You know it. I'm talking about you know it. It might not be what you want it to be. You hoping. But you hoping. You hoping. Your spirit team wish these motherfuckers would. You heard me? You hoping around here. Okay, hope. That's how this feels. Ever grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. Thank y'all so much for the likes. Thank you for your time, the energy, the love, and support. I always hope I'm saying something else. As a reminder, my intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. I'm going to do another daily message for the entire collective before we head out. Angels, archangels, ancestors, and spirit guides that wish to see us walk the highest path for the greatest good. What is the most important message for the divine collective over the next 24 hours? 1111 angel number. What do we need to know most to walk the highest path out here for the greatest good? Regrets. No regrets. You did it. You learned a lesson from it. Either you learn to do it more and more and more, or you learn not to do it again. Regret energy is out here with it's about to pay off. Mm-hmm. Trust the process, especially over the next 24 hours collective. You might feel like something is not working out for you. Something is not going according to plan. It's not over. It ain't over till it's over. Well, baby, it ain't over till it's over. It ain't over till it's over, baby. You might feel like somebody's getting away with something, that they took something, abundance that belongs to you. Baby, they're going to double back and drop that shit right back off because of the spirits that's chasing them. It don't look like nothing behind this fox, but you could see the spirit. You could almost see the fear in this motherfucking fox eye. They had to double back because something was chasing them. Blocks and obstacles and regret energy is out here with it's about to pay off. I don't feel like you made a bad decision, even though you might be second guessing yourself at this time. Blocks and obstacles and impediments are a natural part of the path. Remember, there's a devil roaming this earth to and fro, looking for whom they can devour. So it's not like you might be taking internalizing the blocks and the obstacles and really feeling like, these witches are, it's me, me. These witches and these warlocks do that shit to whatever light that they can find. Remember, demons don't like to exist in the darkness. So they want to be in the light, but they know have permission to exist in the light. The only way they can exist in the light is if you give attention to it. This is what I tapped into. Take a gamble. This energy been showing up a lot. You got to ask yourself, is the risk worth the reward? And to me, energetically, it feels like you're closer than you've ever been. You understand that? I've been doing this for so long. I've been doing this maybe every moment. You're closer than you was the moment before. Every time you pray, every time you do this thing that maybe feels difficult for you to do, you're closer than you're way closer after you've been driving for 3 hours to your destination than you were when you started. Do you have 5 more hours? Probably. But are you closer than you've ever been? Yes. Now what you gonna focus on? The fact that you closer than you was when you started, or the how far you have left to go. And that's like that paradigm is creating impediments in your path. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces energy is out here with know your worth, right? And Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. What you're going towards is esteem, fire and water. It makes a lot of it makes steam, and it also makes earth, right? What's going to come from this tribulation is going to be results. It's going to manifest and materialize into emotions like freedom, and results like and materials like money. But I feel like you're thinking about quitting. To me, energetically, it feels like you're thinking about quitting, but luck is on your side and there's good news coming. There's a lot about March. There's a lot about 6 months from now. There's a lot about March being a very auspicious time. But if you can continue going forward in the path that you promised yourself for 6 months, I know that right around St. Patrick's Day, you will see results. Something is about to pay off for you. You know, romantic gestures. We talk a lot about mudras on this channel, right? Gestures that you can do with your hands or your body that will invoke certain energies, right? I've talked about before, I might need to post that video on this page. I've talked about before the widow's pose. The widow's pose is if you always see somebody with their hand in their head like this, or whatever it is like that, similar to what this lady is doing. It's a gesture that invokes certain energies. Just like if I do this and I say I'm warding you, so I want you to stay back, then this is a similar gesture. It's just invoking the spirit of widowhood into your life. And so be aware of how the gestures, the things that you're doing, subtle, seemingly insignificant things that you're doing are really affecting your life. And see if you can keep going forward. Frozen out in the cold, through the winter. This is asking you to endure through the winter, because if you can make it through spring, then you will see some good news. That's what this feels like to me. I know it's hard. I know it's hard, but you got this. I am so grateful for the opportunity to share the gift. I always hope I'm saying something that helps. My intentions are to create conditions that promote health, wealth, and abundance. I do that by helping others to overcome the pitfalls that I've landed in. If you're interested in getting a private and personal session, you should check out my website. It's www.tarotondex.com. You can also go to my link tree, which is forward slash tarot on decks. And until we meet again, be powerful on purpose.